What's up, everyone? Ed from On My Turntable here in New Haven, Connecticut. I am here to throw my hat in the contest entry ring for Alex over at Beer and Vinyl, who just celebrated his 1 year anniversary here on the VC. So Alex, I've known we only met virtually once back in the past via Steve's All the World Estates, Sunday Night Vinyl Confessions. Had a great time chatting with you, getting to know you. And Alex, everybody knows Alex. And even before I started making videos here on the VC, he's one of the sets of videos I would watch a lot and send a lot of comments to and have a dialogue with. Alex, as we know, he's very smart, very intelligent, very funny, very engaging, a very gracious character, and really knows how to tell a good story and talk about the music that he loves and inspire people to enjoy that music with him. So Alex, great channel, 1 year, fantastic, absolutely. So in honor of you for a little bit, I'm wearing my little Bissell Brothers t-shirt out of Portland. And of course, if it's a little Beer and Vinyl anniversary contest entry, I've got some beer here to start before I start talking about records, which the contest is you have to pick records from your favorite year. So we'll get into that. But first, my beer of choice, good old Narragansett right here in New England. Made on honor, sold on merit. So Alex, to you, have my little beer here. I won't tell anyone what time of day it is today that I'm drinking this. Ah, that's good stuff. Gansett always needs to be drunk from the can, by the way. Good in a glass, but even better from the can. All right, so favorite year in music. So I had to really think about this. I've got many favorite years in music. I was thinking about doing something from the 80s, 84, 85, but I'm already doing that with my fantastic Play That 45 series I'm doing on 80s picture sleeves. So feel free to catch up on those episodes and give myself a self-plug there. Pretty great stuff. More to come. I was also thinking about something from the early 90s, like 92, 93. I was all into all that Manchester stuff, the Happy Mondays and Charlatans and Lush and Spiral Carpets and all that. But all that's digital on the iPod and in the cloud, so I got nothing to show for that. So I kind of thought about when I was a kid, and I'm good friends still with a lot of friends of mine from grammar school, growing up in the 70s. And at the time when I was a kid, right around 12 years old, I was on my bike all the time, transistor radio in hand, Sony cassette player in hand, going over to my friend Dave's house and just playing music and loving that. And in 12 years old, it was 1979 when I was 12 years old. So that's my year. This year has already been done just a little bit before I got mine out there. You know who you are. But I pulled the records out and I'm still going to do 1979. So all these LPs are released in 1979, some of which came out of that transistor radio back in the day when I was a kid, 12 years old. Others brand new to me, I discovered a little bit later on as I got older, but all great stuff. And hopefully there might be some new stuff here. Most of it's pretty familiar, but there might be a couple surprises in here. Who can say? But let's start. All right, so let's start off with February of 1979. One of the tracks that came out of my transistor radio back then all the time, I Want You to Want Me, of course, from Cheap Trick live at Budokan. Technically released in late 78 in Japan, but came out here in the States the early part of the following year. You know it, you love it, everybody has it, you should. The studio albums behind it are classics as well, of course, and this is a fantastic addition to the canon. I also have the booklet that came with it, with text in Japanese and English. Great stuff right here. Cheap Trick live at Budokan from February. Coming out in March, one of my favorite pub rockers, Graham Parker, and The Rumor with Squeezing Out Sparks. Jack Nietzsche produced, Brinsley Schwartz, the whole Rumor Gang is here. Great soundtrack, fourth LP from Graham Parker. Discovering Japan, Local Girls, Passion is No Ordinary Word, fantastic song. Protection, Waiting for the UFOs. Great Graham Parker, great pub rock stuff. I highly recommend this. His early stuff is fantastic, but from 1979, Squeezing Out Sparks. All right. And one of my favorite LPs of all time from April of that year. If there's one disco album you're going to own, this is the one to own, and certainly the one by this artist you should own. And that, of course, is Donna Summer and the double LP Bad Girls that came out in April. An absolutely phenomenal piece of music, a great double LP with Donna Summer, Giorgio Moroder, Pete Bellotte, Harold Faltermeyer, all on the top of their game. And what I've always loved about this LP, and I think I've said it before in another video that I did, is just the way that it's structured and put together. You have side A with the 1-2 punch of Hot Stuff and Bad Girls, and side A is very disco-y, but it's also very new wavy. Lots of guitars, really just kind of a new sound at the time. Fantastic stuff. Side B opens up with Dim All the Lights. Side B is pretty much straight up disco. Side 3 is all the ballads. My Baby Understands, the last track on side 3, is just one of my favorite Donna Summer songs. And side 4 is all like the techno forward-thinking music she's done with Giorgio Moroder in that vein of Eno and I Feel Love. So sort of predating stuff that would be huge very soon, whether it be Gary Newman or the Human League or Yaz, that type of ilk, right? So very synthesizer heavy. Prince too, I think of just, ahead of the curve with that style of music and using those digital synthesizer instruments right there on side 4. So the bottom line is, get Donna Summer, Bad Girls. You won't regret it. Fantastic. Coming up in May of the same year, of course, to switch gears completely, this is Lou Reed's The Bells. And I have to tell you, this is a Lou Reed album that I don't play that much, and I've got a lot of Lou Reed. I listened to Street Hustle before it, which is really great. Growing Up in Public came out in 80 after this, which I really like. But The Bells, even by Lou Reed's admission, he's like, I think he said some comment like 3 people bought it, and I bought, 2 of those copies or something like that. So the bottom line, it really wasn't a big seller at the time, but certainly very experimental and different. Nils Lofgren is on this, Don Cherry is on this. And it's recorded in that binaural process, right? Which I don't even know what that is. Is that like floating mannequin heads in the studio and the sound comes through? I don't know what binaural recording means to this day. It's a little confusing to me. Turns out I got a DJ promo copy I picked up with this back in the day. And here's the inner that came with it. Pretty cool. And with the credits and such and track listing on the other side. All right, let's move into the summer of 1979, and I can remember hearing this song, riding my bike on the transistor radio, coming through, and I'd be like, what is this song? This is so weird. I don't understand what they're singing about or what this even means. I just found it kind of odd and strange, and for a long time I still did, but of course, we all know it and love it, and that is Rock Lobster, off of the B-52's debut from July of that year. That song really just kind of struck me as kind of odd and quirky back when I was 12 years old, and it drew me in, and maybe that says something about me today. So, of course, the B-52s with their debut, great stuff, a classic, everybody knows it, everybody loves it, Rock Lobster. Also coming through the transistor radio, released in September of '79, was Blondie's Dreaming off of Eat to the Beat. A great record, rocks a bit more than Parallel Lines. I play this more often than I used to. Actually, I've revisited this quite a bit lately. It's pretty great. I forgot how rockin' it is. I really, really enjoy it. Shayla, Eat to the Beat, of course, Atomic. It's all fantastic. So Blondie right here with Eat to the Beat. Next up is, I would say, is a little bit of a cheat. Sorry about that, Alex. Hope it doesn't disqualify me. This came out in 1979, but it was a compilation of a band's singles from the past few years that introduced them to the American market. And I discovered this in college from my college roommate. He played this cassette endlessly, and that is the Buzzcocks, Singles Goin' Steady. Probably one of the best compilations ever. A tracks here, B-side here, really awesome. We all know it. Buzzcocks, fantastic compilation that came out in September of 1979. Another record and band I discovered in college, who if I was listening to this in 1979, things might have turned out differently for me as a 12-year-old, and that was Gang of Four's Entertainment. So love this record, love Gang of Four. I read some reviews somewhere that this is like if the Ramones went to art school, with some description about Gang of Four. Great track listing, as we all know. At Home, He's a Tourist. Natural's not in it. Damaged Goods, fantastic stuff right here. Gang of Four, Entertainment, from the fall of 1979. Next up, we have an LP by one of my favorite artists of all time. I've seen live many, many times, and that is Mr. Joe Jackson with I'm the Man. Great stuff right here, a great cover, a great track listing. Classic Joe Jackson right here on your radio. It's different for girls, kind of cute, phenomenal. Inner sleeve right here, the band, looking young and cool back in the day. Lyrics on the back. Love Joe Jackson. I'm the Man. All right. Second up, second LP by this gentleman, self-titled, fall of '79, Prince. This has the 2 Wanna songs on it, as they used to say. Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad. I Want to Be Your Lover, right? Sexy Dancer. Good stuff right here from Prince. Cover's a bit beat. I think it came with a lyric sheet, maybe a poster. I don't have that. I picked this up on the cheap at a flea market a long time ago. But Prince, second LP, and the first one to really break him on the charts with tracks from this album. Really good. Next, also from the fall, October of 1979, is an LP you don't really hear about that much in this artist's discography. It seems to get a pass over. People tend to skip over it, and it certainly is different and not what a lot of people expected at the time. And that is Stevie Wonder's Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants. So this came out 3 years after Songs in the Key of Life, after that great slate of 70s LPs where he was unstoppable. So this is actually a soundtrack to the movie of the same name. Double LP set. This is very, very mellow. I listened to it again for the first time in a long time before I put this video together. A lot of instrumentals. Uses a lot of synthesizer, digital synthesizer at the time, really, really new technology. It is a triple gatefold. There is some beautiful stuff in here. We have lyrics, a great picture of Stevie right there. We've got some braille on the front describing the visual of what you're seeing up here. Very, very cool. But it kind of gets passed over. The one hit off of this was Someone You Love, went top 5. Never even hear that anymore. So it just kind of doesn't get talked about that much when people talk about Stevie Wonder. So very, very interesting. Originally a book, then a movie, and then this soundtrack. So Stevie Wonder, Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants from 1979 as well, because that's our year. All right, we're coming close to the end. To left, one I've shown before, she's actually also up there on the wall, is Marianne Faithfull with Broken English, right? Totally people counted her out at this point. Her voice had changed after years of like abuse and not treating herself well, but it just added to the beauty of these songs. And it's a great juxtaposition of poppy new wave music with really dark and somewhat disturbing lyrics in cases, right? Broken English, Ballad of Lucy Jordan, Lennon's Working Class Hero, all that stuff. So just a great record by someone who folks had counted out for a long, long time. So Marianne Faithfull with Broken English. And last, a little bit of a cheat, I guess, came out in the UK in December of 79, came out here in the States the following month, right at the beginning of 1980. Of course, it's The Clash's London Calling. We all know it. We all love it. If you don't have it, you should. No home should be without it. So there you go. All right, Alex, that's it. That are my records from 1979. I picked as my favorite year. Brought back a lot of memories for me. Stuff I heard as a kid and stuff I got exposed to later on down the road. So really good. Alex, great channel. Looking forward to being entered into your contest and enjoying what else you bring for year 2. So with that, as you folks know, what I like to say with everything going on out there today, and there's a lot going on out there today, let's all take a moment to sit back and just remember to be kind to one another, right? Right. Thanks, folks.